Okay, I hit the record button, so we're going to officially get started. My name is Debbie Bry. For those of you, put your hand up if it's your very first Zoom you've ever been on with us. Anybody first? Okay, some of you guys, well, welcome. We do a team meeting the first Monday of the month of this. We have an in-person one, and there's regional in-persons all over the country now, once a month. And we do this one with our team, typically the first Monday. I'm going to mute you guys just because it'll make it a little easier for everyone to hear.
I'm doing it.
There we go. And that way, when different people talk, I'll unmute, and then if we have time at the end for questions, we can unmute. So welcome if this is your first call. I want to start the call with looking at July. July turned out to be a pretty amazing month. Overall, the company did $15 million last month. It was the second highest we've done in 2019 since March. So typically July is known in the direct sales business for being kind of a J month. They say it's lower. And again, our business is just such a great business for summer activity. I mean, we sell the perfect product for summer. And then all the different specials that corporate offered really helped set our July into awesome numbers. So everyone can just kind of give like a woo, quiet cheer here as I talk about people and where they were. So we had 60 stylists and leaders that did $1,000 or more last month. Woohoo! Our team sales went up from the month before. We were 305,241. So great job there. So our cumulative team sales are 5,527,218. So we should be coming on that $6 million so soon, you guys, which is awesome. We have 10 stylists, top 10 stylists. So we have number 10. So these are people that are stylists or senior stylists are in this category. Number 10 is Danielle. Oh boy, here we go. You guys know I'm terrible with these names. Jazwayak, 1624. Kristen Sajka, 1736. Kristen Gajowski, 1814. Stacy Griffin, number 7 at 1815. Number 6 is Sandra Newman with 1880. Number 5, Tiffany Cox with 1952. Number 4, Chelsea Grable with 2216. Number 3, Catherine Herm with 2309. Number 2, Tracy Wilson with 2469. And number 1, Danielle Taylor with 3426. So congrats to those stylists. That is an amazing job with some great sales. Notice the top 10 were all above $1,500. So they all hit the highest enhanced commission you could get. So way to go, 35% for all of you. We have top 10 leader sales. Number 10, Melissa Tramader, 1806. Number 9, Emily Evans, 1833. Number 8, Nicole Shook, 2394. Number 7, Amy Myers with 2634. Number 6, Amanda Rebecca, 2660. Number 5, Dina Doyle, 2706. Number 4, Mary Peterson, 2735. Number 3, Jackie McGowan, 2752. Number 2, Leslie Traers, 3112. And number 1, Darlene Lavoie with 3805. So congrats to all of you. That was one stylist and one leader over $3,000. That is awesome. Congratulations. I will be sending this newsletter out tonight or tomorrow, so everybody will see it in print too. Then we had lots of promotions this month. We have 13 new senior stylists: Kristen Morgan, Jessica Pence, Judy Mays, Melissa Shelser, Megan Chiretti, Corinne Clack, Rebecca Gillis, Alicia Quinones, Chelsea Crable, Jessica Wells, Mallory Turner, Olivia Van Hoof, and Lori Hawkins. Congrats to all of those new senior stylists. We have 3 new team leaders. I know people were working super hard to get that team leader spot to go to team leader training at conference. So this is awesome. Kristen Toma, Kathy Moore, and Angeli Janowski. Congrats to you 3. That's awesome. And 3 new directors. We have Erica Lewis, Dawn Klingerman, and Kim Brady. So congrats to the 3 of you. Awesome, awesome job. Lots of promotions. Sponsoring, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people who sponsored 2 people. Robin Marie Schertz, Nicole Shook, Nicole Burnett, Kim Brady, Jackie McGowan, Dina Moore, and Danielle Jazwayak, all sponsored 2 people each. Great job. Paula Warren did 3. And in first place, Dina Doyle sponsored 4 new team members that last month. So congrats to all of you, and hopefully you'll be getting lots of swag then. And that is our things to celebrate for July. Then I have a drawing here. We have a drawing for this Piper Noble bag, which is cute. It's lined kind of with some stripes to advertise your business. I was walking through downtown Northwood the other day and ran into one of our leaders, Michelle McKay, who had just a little bag. It was so cute. She had her little Piper Noble bag with her Color Street in it, walking down the street, so you could totally see her advertising her business. So that bag, Color Street hat, and a Starbucks gift card. So in order to get in this, you got 1 name in a drawing if you were senior stylist. You got 2 tickets in it if you got paid at the highest rank you've ever been paid at or achieved. So let's say you hit director 1 month, but you haven't been paid at that since, but you hit it again. So then you got 2 tickets if you were paid as your highest rank. And then you got 3 tickets if you got a new promotion. So that was lots of people who got new promotions. So I got a full bowl here. Oh boy, I don't like being the one to pick the names. I wish my dog could do it. But then you guys wouldn't like my dog if I didn't pick. So I'm stirring and stirring and stirring. And the winner is, I gotta lick my fingers. Jeannie Sinclair. Is she on the call today? Let me see. Jeannie, are you on the call? No, all right, we'll have to post it. So congrats to her for that prize this month. Okay, today, you guys, I want to talk about your Color Street business. You guys again. Okay, all right. I want to talk about what you guys do with your Color Street business. Obviously, you know that with Color Street and owning your own business, it gives you a lot of options, right? You can do whatever you want to do with this business. We all came here for different reasons. We all came here with different intentions. Somebody might have asked you to join. Maybe you went to a party, but for some reason you chose it because you felt it was right. But then what? What have you done with your business since then? So today I want to talk to you guys about making the most of your business. So Color Street has a ton of stuff to offer you guys, but it's not just going to happen. We have a simple formula, which is selling nails and sponsoring people, right? It's a simple formula, but it doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it's easy to go out and do what we do every day. And you guys have to make it happen. So one of the most important things I can tell you right now to do with our business is, if you have not done this already, is to get this comp plan. It's on our Trello board, it's on the website, it's everywhere, and print it. You guys should be looking at this comp plan all the time and reading it and studying it and knowing it. Because the more you understand it and the more you understand what the potential is, the bigger your chances are going to be to get the levels you want to achieve. All right? You can do all sorts of things with this business. But I'm telling you, working towards rank and advancement is how you're going to really grow your income big. I'm going to tell you quickly, and it's on the comp plan, and I have a whole training on this recorded out there. We have 10 ways that you can earn money with Color Street. You can earn with your 25% commission. You can earn enhanced commission, that extra up to 10%. You can earn your Jumpstart product credits. You can earn matching Jumpstart credits. You can earn enroller bonuses, level bonuses, team bonuses, generation bonuses, and car and lifestyle bonuses, and leadership debt bonuses. There's a lot of ways to earn money. That's 10 different ways you can earn money. Some we pay out weekly, and some you would get in a monthly paycheck. So again, I go in more depth on a training if you want to hear more about that. But you guys, I just want to remind you that we have so many ways. So to take full advantage of this comp plan, you're going to do more than selling $300 a month. Selling $300 a month or under $600, you're taking advantage of the 25% commission and maybe your jump start if you hit your jump start. And maybe you might be getting the matching jump start if you sign somebody up. But you can get so much more out of it if you take advantage of it. The crazy money you hear about people earning in jobs like this come from doing enhanced commission and hitting rank advancements and moving up in leadership. Okay, so if you're new or even if you're not new, if you've been around for a while but you're trying to figure out what do I do with my business, I want you to think about 3 things. So I want you to have paper and pencil out so you can think about these 3 things. All right? It's important not only for you to know these 3 things and to ask yourself, but when you're talking to a new stylist about the business, these are 3 things you can be asking them as well. All right, number 1, and I know you've heard it 100 times, and it's why are you doing this business? Why are you doing Color Street? We hear this over and over, right? Why are you doing Color Street? But I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to know. And again, I have a whole training thing out on that, so I'm not going to talk in depth about it. But your why changes. In a nutshell, my original why was to find something for myself. My kids were getting older and to pay my daughter's dance bills. Well, now I have such a different why. Now I've built this team. Oh my gosh, do I want to make other people succeed? I love watching other people hit their goals. And now I have my son starting college in 3 weeks and a college bill due in less than a week. So now my money, now I want to be the person to pay those bills. That gives me just pleasure to be able to do that. So those are my whys now. It's become significantly different. And I wouldn't mind a new back patio too. So why did you say yes to this opportunity? Okay, you need to know this to push you through the hard times, yes. But you also want to know it so you can share it with a person who's interested in the business, or when you're telling your story out there, when you're putting it on Facebook or on social media. Why did you do it? Customers and people at nail bars and the people you're talking to about the business might be able to relate to your why. You never know. And so when you share this story, it makes you relatable, and it might make that person think about what Color Street could do for them and why they would want to join. All right, so number 1, I want you to be writing down and thinking about your why. If you have not done it yet, you're going to be grounded if you don't have it done soon. I'm in parenting mode. All right, number 2, how many nail bars are you willing to do a week? Okay, notice I'm asking you how many nail bars. I am not asking you how many hours are you willing to work a week. I don't want to know how many hours you're willing to work. Because honestly, you could tell me, well, I want to work about 5 hours a week. Okay, and then I check in with you at the end of the week and I say, all right, how much did you work this week? And you say, I worked 5 to 7 hours. Okay, great. What did you do? Well, I searched Facebook. I took tons of nail fees. I organized my office. I put stickers on my nails, packs. Then I reorganized my office. Then I found a great way to organize my nails. And then I say to you, well, how many nail bars did you do? Well, I didn't do any. Okay, well, and your nail bar is your income producing activity, right? I want you guys sticking to income producing activities that are going to make you money. Organizing your desk is great, and those are the things we need to make our life and our business work well, right? But it's not what's going to make you money. So if you tell yourself when you sign up, I want to work about 5 hours a week, but you are not doing what you should be doing in the 5 hours, at the end you're going to say, well, I've been working 5 to 10 hours a week and I haven't made any money, but you haven't done any nail bars. Well, then you're really not going to make any money. And so I don't want to know how many hours you want to work. I want to know how many nail bars you're willing to do a week. All right. And then the other stuff can fall into that. But if you're doing a nail bar, depending if they're live or on Facebook, Facebook ones, depending how you do them, if you do a 2-week party where you're going in here and there, or if you're doing one live for half hour, those don't take much time at all. And in person, you might take a couple hours. So if you're sticking to those income producing activities and you're doing your nail bars, then you probably are going to stick within that time frame you want to work, and you're going to see yourself making money, and then you're going to feel good about it, and then you're going to see success in your business. So when you're talking to a new person as well, you can ask them, how many nail bars would you consider doing a week? Are you willing to do 1? Are you willing to do 2 a week? Some people, they're willing to do 4 or 5 a week. All right. So think about how many you are truly willing to do a week. All right. And then depending how many you're doing, that's going to determine if you're making your 25 up to 35%. All right. The third thing I want you to think about and to write down is how much money you want to make. I understand everyone didn't come to Color Street because of money, right? Initially, it wasn't necessarily my driving force. My driving force was, again, I just wanted something for me. I needed something for me so I wasn't mom and Girl Scout leader and Sunday school teacher and substitute teacher. I needed something for me. But was money there? Well, of course. I wanted something that if I was willing to give up my time and time spent away from my family, that I was going to get paid what I felt I was worth. I've spent 15 years doing volunteer jobs and low paying jobs, allowing me to have a schedule that worked with my family. So now was the time that I could be more selfish and say, I want something where I can make more money and have more potential and be willing to give up some time with my family. But I don't have to give up that much because, again, this business works around my family. So initially, it wasn't 100% money, but honestly, the average person is signing up to do a job, Color Street included, because of the money. It's appealing. And it's not necessarily how much money you're making, but it becomes about what you can do with that money. Oh my gosh, well, you might all of a sudden have this extra money that you didn't necessarily need, but now you found you can buy your spouse a special gift, or you can get landscaping done that you couldn't do before, or go on a vacation that you couldn't have done before. And you didn't necessarily miss it when you didn't have it, but now that you have it, you could add these enhancements to your life. It could take stress off your family. You 100% might have signed up for the money, and it's because you have certain bills that you want to pay. So again, I want you to think about how much money you want to make. Once you figure that out, and we go over this on the Strong Start call on Wednesday nights with new people, but if you've never gotten on it and you don't know the formula, one way you can kind of control the money you're going to make is if you look at what you make by the average. So our average nail bar is about $300, right? So you'd make about $75 on an average nail bar, okay? But once you, so figure out with that formula, figure out how many nail bars would you be willing to do a week? Again, that was question number 2. Are you willing to do 2 a week? Okay, well now you're looking at maybe making $150 a week if you stuck with the average. So you're looking at $150, $300, $600 in a month if you're willing to do about 2 a week based on the average. Some will be less, some will be more. So you can use that formula to kind of gauge, okay, this is about how many nail bars I need to do if I want to make this amount of money just from my own sales. And then the more nail bars you're doing, then you get up to that $600 level and up, and you're starting to make even more than the 25%. And again, there's some people just want to consistently BQ, meaning they just want to sell $300 in a month. And that's all right if that's what you want to do. I was teaching CPR. I was making about $75 to maybe $300 a month, and I was okay with that. I wasn't looking to make lots of extra money. It was to get out of the house, and I still teach CPR because it's just something that I'm passionate about. It's worth me getting out of the house to teach people a valuable skill that they could help save someone's life. So if you're that person and you're fine selling $300 and making $75 a month, that's okay. But if you're not, and you want to make more money than that, and it appeals to you make more money, I'm telling you, you've got to get to know and learn the comp plan. If you're the person who wants more, then you want to start hitting enhanced commission and make that your goal that you never hit lower than 600 because you always want to hit that extra. And then you also get the mindset of sponsoring with your team. So I want you guys to hear from a few people today. They're going to talk to you a little bit on our team at different levels. You're going to hear from a stylist, a senior stylist, a team leader, a director, and a senior director. All right. And they're just going to tell you a little bit about what they've sold and what they do with their money and what they've done to get the sales that they've gotten. So our first one is Danielle Taylor. She joined in March. She was number 1 in sales, as you heard when I announced it, with over $3,400 in sales. That's pretty amazing. She's a mom of 3 kids ranging from 7 months to 7 years old. So she's not just sitting back eating bonbons all day by any means, right? All right, so Danielle, are you there that you can unmute yourself? This might be you. Let me see. Is that you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Unmuted the wrong Danielle. Okay, there. Yep. You're ready to go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You know what I just thought of, Danielle?
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Chelsea, can you unmute yourself? Chelsea is our senior stylist, but I think she has a nail bar in 7 minutes. So I might flip-flop you two. Chelsea, where are you?
Okay, can you hear me?
Can you hear?
Hello.
Chelsea, are you there?
I'm here.
Should we put you on first? Do you have to go at 8:30?
I do, yeah, I have a nail bar.
Okay, Danielle, are you okay if I flip-flop you two?
You're good.
Okay, I just noticed the time. Okay, so Chelsea is our newly promoted senior stylist who joined in May. She's a full-time labor and delivery nurse with 2 little boys that are 3 and 1. So she just joined in May and she's already a senior stylist. So let's go to her and then we'll backtrack to Danielle. All right, thanks for being flexible, Danielle. Okay, take it away, Chelsea.
Well, first of all, I joined Color Street after I'd never heard of it, and my hairdresser had a party with Stacy. And of course, as soon as I tried it, I was like, okay, I have to have this in my life, and I have to figure out how I can have it in my life without my husband being like, well, like now you're buying something else. What is this? So I decided I would just join because I could pay for my own habit that way. And then of course, when I go to work, being a nurse, we're not really allowed to have like fake nails. And the only way to have nice nails would be fake nails at work. So this was such a hit with all of my nurses that I work with, and it's really just taken off. I try to host 1 nail bar a week, and everyone seems to kind of just be booking parties off each other, which works for them. They get even more nails. And then I have a VIP group that I like to post specials and different things in, and it's been so super successful, and I never would have ever thought that it would be. But I'm so glad I talked with Stacy and joined. My goals for what I've been doing, first, originally, like I said, I was just to pay for my own nails. But now I have a couple things on my list. Like I'm going to buy my boys a new swing set, hopefully by the end of summer, because those are expensive. Who knew? But that's my first goal. And then I want to buy my husband some new golf clubs that he's been wanting, but we haven't really wanted to like budget outside of other stuff. So and I could, being a nurse, easily pick up extra shifts at work, but I don't want to do that because that takes time away from my family. So this is just a great way to be able to afford those extra things that I want to do. So yeah, so glad I joined Color Street.
So Chelsea, with your nail bar you're about to do, is that live, virtual, I mean?
It's on Facebook, yeah.
So do you do most of yours through Facebook?
Yes, I do most of mine through Facebook. Yep.
So you do not have to take extra time away from your kids when you're doing those, other than going in the other room maybe.
Right, yes. And luckily I'm both of my kids usually in bed by 8, so it's just like an hour in the evening once a week that I do my nail bars, and it's pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys heard, Chelsea sold over $2,000. She was $2,200 this month. And how many nail bars was that?
I actually only did 3 nail bars.
So they were very good nail bars.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to tell them, anything special you did in your nail bars to get your sales up like that?
Not necessarily in my nail bars, but one thing that I do offer, every time something new is released, I always post in my VIP and offer like free shipping, free taxes. And since I work with most of my customers, this works for me, but I'll place a bulk order and offer like no tax, no shipping for customers, and they love that. Funny how they'll like spend $50 on nails, but nobody wants to pay $3 for shipping. So
it's a principle thing.
If I offer to do that, I can definitely get some good sales that way, and then I put them under my own party. That is one thing I do. If I do the bulk order, I put under my own party, and then I get, my free nails that I can then do like cash and carry sales at work too as well.
That is awesome. And did you say what you made this month?
It's like it's probably about $150 a week. Yeah, that I've made.
About how much?
How much I've made?
Yeah. How much was it you made?
I think it's like over $600 this month.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Chelsea, and we'll get you off so you're not late for your own nail bar.
Okay.
So good luck. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. And now we'll pop back over to Danielle. So again, she joined in March, and her sales were over 3,000, almost 34,000, $3,428, $26. All right. So let's hear from you now. Thanks, Danielle.
Hi, everyone. I'm super excited. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm always nervous every time I go live too. But people can't really tell because I just talk a lot when I'm nervous. But I hosted a lot of parties. I hosted 8 parties this month, 1 fundraiser. That fundraiser we kept it open for about a month and a half, and then we were closing it for the Going Bandana. So we wanted it closed by July 31st. And we were at like 600 in sales. So I posted a thing saying if we get up to 1,000 in sales, we'll donate 25% instead of the 20%, because I knew I was going to get enhanced commission if I did that. And I did a mystery sets live in my VIP group. I did a mystery hostess in my VIP group. I booked a lot of parties. I did a lot of parties. A lot of them. And not all of them were like successful. Like some of them were like just over 150. And then some of them were over 300. So, that's why I book a lot of them just in case, the thing is I did the exact same thing in every single party. And I had one party that's only had 1 order so far, and that's been open, and I've kept it open for her so that she can at least, if she wants to purchase again, she can purchase and get some reward from it. But I did the same thing in all of my parties. You can't guarantee that they're going to be a success. Some people are tight on money. Some people aren't ready to purchase, or they're very, very skeptical, or they try their sample and then they just never get around to it. Which I have a lot of people that I found out, they fill up their cart and they don't, actually check out. So following up is a huge thing, because when I follow up, I notice a lot of people like, oh man, I meant to check out. I forgot to, something came up. And then they just don't, they don't follow through with it. My Mystery Sets Live, I got that from, I think, our Color Street Sisters group page, and I loved it. I only had 4 people that paid prior. I had like 6 people interested, 4 people paid prior, so I said, I'm going to go and do it anyways. And while I was on, and I had like a board behind me with like 1 through 12 with different little specials, which were like accent packs, or the little 4-pack, the Prison Break was one of them, like extra incentives, like 2 extra free sets for hosting it in home. So just little incentives like that. When I know I'm like very close to the next part, the next tier for enhanced commission, I offer twosies as like a thank you. I just got these little rewards cards that you scratch off. I'm really excited for those. They're going to be really cool to use. And I know that's going to help my sales too, because it's, for future purchases. And what else did I want to say? My why, I needed something for me. My daughter is 7 months old, and she was extremely, extremely, extremely colicky for the first 3 months. And this was like from the day that she was born. Like she was just like very, very difficult to deal with, which was hard because my son was very easy. So that was very hard for me. And I had worked every day of my life since I was 15. And then I became a stay-at-home mom. And then I had a baby. So like I lost me completely. I was very, very, very depressed. Postpartum depression was like very crazy. It's getting better, but it's still, it was terrible. My daughter was actually allergic to dairy. So we found out that was the issue. And now that she's on formula, she's good. But, I needed something for me. I needed some other adult communication. I needed some other, besides my mom and my boyfriend. I needed something for me, and I wanted spending money. I've never been one to say, hey babe, can I have $20? Like I don't like that. I wanted my own money. I wanted to be able to go get ice cream when I want to without asking, for some cash, or, pay for some birthday presents. Like, obviously the birthday presents are from both of us, but I wanted to be able to go pick out my own birthday presents for the kids and say, this one's from mom, you know. So that, I'm going to get a little emotional, sorry. But for me, that's my why. My son's birthday is coming up, so that's my next thing. So I always keep looking at the enhanced commission, like you said, like the comp plan. I look at the enhanced commission and the comp plan probably 2 to 3 times a week. Every time I get a sale, I'm like, all right, how much more do I need until I'm in the next tier? And I just keep going. Right now I'm offering the retired sets that we got with the promotion, the throwback shades. I'm offering some of those as incentive hosts for hostesses for in-home parties for the month of August. Or no, yes, sorry, we are in August. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Hostess coaching is a huge one too. I will say that hostess coaching is definitely key.
That's awesome. Thank you. Any why that brings you to tears is a good why, right? It means you're passionate about what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you say how much you made?
Oh, I made $1,200, a little over $1,200 this month.
That is awesome. And your average, you do a lot of nail bars, clearly. So
Mhm.
how many about are you doing a week?
I'm averaging 3 to 4 a week.
And is that, do you mix them in-home and Facebook or all Facebook?
Yep, I do in-home and Facebook. So if like when I'm counting a party, I always do a Facebook party with an in-home always. That way, I've only done 2. So
Okay. So majority is Facebook.
Yes, but I know people can't show up to in-home, so I always do a
Yeah.
Facebook with an in-home, so that way people that can't make it, they don't miss out.
And then your fundraiser was about almost a third of your sales this month. That's a great fundraiser.
Yes, I actually calculated without that fundraiser, I still would have hit the highest tier of enhanced commission though. So
That's awesome. And it just shows that there's three different ways right there, in-home, Facebook, and fundraisers that you can offer what, our product and ways to have parties.
Oh, absolutely.
So, thank you. I appreciate it. Great job this month.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Next we have Kristen Thoma. Kristen's another gal, extremely busy, little kids running all around the house. Oh gosh, Kristen, do you have 3 or 4, right?
I have 3.
3, okay. And she volunteers in sports. She works part-time in an insurance company. She works on her swag. She makes jewelry. I mean, she does it all. And she was just promoted to a new team leader this month. So congrats to you, Kristen, because now you get to go to leader training. And go ahead, tell us about your month.
Okay, so my month in sales was lower. I only had about 314, but I spent most of the time helping train my new team because we sponsored 5 new stylists in the month of July. And with that, I go to in-home parties with them, their first couple, so then they feel comfortable. So I think I went to 3 in-homes for just stylists under me on my team. And then I had 1 in-home. I only do in-home. I don't do Facebook because I hate Facebook parties. So I do in-home and vendor events. Usually my sales are between 300 and 700, but again, I just wanted to BQ and then help my team this month because I was really determined to become team leader to go to leader meeting at conference. So as a senior stylist, I would have only made $73 extra from the $75 from my party, and as a team leader, I made $285.
That's awesome. And what are you going to do with your money?
Well, I saved a lot of it for conference, but I bought me a Fitbit Versa.
That's awesome. And being a leader gives you such a feeling too, that you are able to take that time to be able to go and help your team and help them with their nail bars.
That's my why more now.
What's that?
I said that's my why more now. I like to see other women succeed because it started off for me and now it's for others.
Right. And the one thing to everybody, the thing about we as leaders as well, just so you know, we have to keep up our personal business because our business stops if we don't do it. So this month she's still did a nail bar and kept her business up. But to get that focus for her promotion, and then she'll get back with her business and working with them too. We don't just stop, because we have to do everything. Otherwise we couldn't teach you how to do it. So anything else you wanted to add, Kristen?
No.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. And I'm so excited you'll be at Leader Training. So I'm so excited that you and your team pulled it together and worked hard together. So congrats.
Thank you.
Next, we have Kim Brady, who is one of our newest directors. She has 2 young kids too, works part-time at her kids' school during the school year. And let's hear from her.
Hi, everyone. So I joined back in November, and when I joined, I was not looking to build a team or anything like that. It was just for fun for me. I wanted something. I knew I liked the nails, and I would never not buy them, so why would I pay for them when I could get them for free? It was kind of my deal. So I was promoted to senior stylist in March. Then in April, I was promoted to team leader. Sorry, I'm looking at my things. And then my highest month for my team leader check was $397.81, and that was last month. Then I hit director this month, which is a lot of people we added to our team that month. And last month for my just my bonus check alone, I made $725.54. $75 in product credit. And my sales were actually just under 1,200. I did not hit the other enhanced commission. I was like 2 buy 3 get 1 free away, and I forgot to order. So I was like, but I did make a little over. I know. Either way, I did hit just under $1,000 total. I made just under $1,000. And I actually use my money. We saved it for all of the time from the time I joined until now. We bought a house last month, so that comes with a lot of things. I paid for conference with my money. I don't know. I mostly just save it though, and now I pay for everything. Like now we just went out and bought a fridge for just on a whim because we have it, and because of Color Street. It's so different. It's so nice, and it's just such a blessing.
That's awesome, Kim.
And for me, let's see, what do I? Thank you. Do you want me to tell what I do, or?
Yeah, what do you do for your sales?
So for me, I do nail bars too, and I mostly do online. I want to do in person, but I just haven't found the right people yet. I did get one girl who said she was going to be texting me, so crossing fingers. But I really want to get out there, but now I do online, and I do a lot in my VIP group, a lot. And I actually post on my personal Facebook a lot, which is what I tell my team. I'm like, surprisingly, people will come to you that you would never even dream of that would care about Color Street if you just post it on your story and on your wall. Like, that's what I do. And so I do my business majorly on Facebook, and now I'm finally starting to, like, some of the teachers and stuff are starting to buy from me. So now I'm like, yay, when I come to school next year, I'll have them all in my purse. Like, you can order. So, but for now, in the summer, they've been coming to my house. So yeah, that's what I do. I do all my stuff online because I've got.
That's awesome. There's a lot of people. It's funny, when this company started 2 years ago, everybody swore you had to do everything in person, and people have proven so wrong that you can make a huge business doing stuff online. Clearly, all of you guys, it sounds like, I know Kristen does in person, but many, and I know there's other people that do too, but I mean, of the ones of you guys that talked, there's so many ways you can do a business. So congrats to you on your promotion.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know you worked hard for that.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much for sharing.
Oh, I forgot to.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I forgot to say that I got promoted. I got promoted to senior stylist in March, team leader in April, and then last month I hit director. So it was pretty fast once I did get promoted.
That is fast. That's awesome.
So if I can do it, you can do it. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And there was a big difference, as you saw in that check, right?
Yes, there was a very big difference.
Yeah. All right. So then our last one tonight will be Darlene Lavoie, Senior Director. She has a grown daughter and a husband who travels a lot, often out of the country for big time periods at big chunks of time. And so Color Street is her full-time job. And she is going to share with us, as you heard, she was number 1 in leader sales for the month with, over $3,800. So she really racked out her personal sales. So Dar, let's hear from you about what you do. I think we both unmuted you at the same time. Go ahead, you can unmute you. Okay.
Hi guys. As Debbie said, I'm Darlene Lavoie, and I came into this business not really thinking that this was going to be my full-time gig. I was in a previous business, and I told Debbie, I said, this is just going to be my side gig. It's going to be a little bit of fun. And it has turned into not only my full-time gig, but a family for me. And so my why has changed quite a bit over the time. I have just met the most amazing people in this company. There's a lot of people on my team that I just adore, and I love meeting the new faces that come onto the team, as well as a team that's part of all of Beautifully Polished. And I think that for me, I love that family type atmosphere, and I needed that for me. But one thing I really I really appreciate about Color Street and kind of my why, I've found a little bit along the way. I'm a veteran of the Air Force. We left Turkey after 3 years, and then we actually had to see a military evacuation of all the dependents leaving Turkey. And I decided to get out. I wouldn't have gotten out. So being part of the military was really, really important to me. And then I kind of lost myself in being, I went to school and intended to go back to work, and I kind of lost myself in mom and wife. And so this kind of business really gave me something that I could have a flexible schedule with, and be able to be with my family because we do a lot of traveling. We do travel with my husband from time to time. And it's also given me, something that I can call my own. So with my money, I've been able to buy the car that I wanted to buy and make the payments myself. Yes, which, anybody that's been a stay-at-home mom, after being, having a previous job and not being able to, and not really providing, I know that's an important job, and I felt like it was, very important to me at the time, but being able to have something that I could call my own and something that I could it's a tangible accomplishment, that was kind of what really is keeping me motivated and going. And it's really my why. And the other part of it is that the company has a ripple effect now that I just am so proud of through their Color Street Foundation. It has touched a lot of lives, and it's bringing a lot of awareness to a lot of different causes, and I applaud them for all what they've done. And I use the foundation strips a lot of times as an extra gift in my VIP group. If we're promoting something, I'll do that. So last month I did a Christmas in July, which I kind of got a little bit out of sync with it towards the end of the month because I had a lot going on at the end of the month. I did a fundraiser this month. As Debbie said, I had $3,800 in sales, personal sales. But I was working with other people from my team to help them to, grow their sales as well. We had a couple of vendor events. The fundraiser was for a church. That was for a church in Buffalo. I live in Michigan, and it was for a church in Buffalo. I had done a vendor event in upstate New York because that's where I'm from. And I had made those connections with the people and just keep developing those relationships through my VIP group and through contacting them just to kind of, keep that relationship going. So I not only am back active in my VIP group, I try to post at least once a day in there, if not a couple times. And I do try to message people, and I try to get active on their pages so that my stuff shows up on their stuff as well. It's very important with the Facebook algorithms that you can actually you don't see a lot of times. You might say, wow, I haven't seen that person in a long time. It's because you haven't connected in a while, and Facebook will show you the people that you've connected with. So that means that remains the same for you too. So, if you haven't heard from somebody in a while, maybe go up through their Facebook page and comment on something. I try to do that. I try to do like 5 people a day to just kind of like keep that going. And then they start seeing my post in my VIP group, and then they start commenting in there, and then they'll go, hey, I need some nails. And, and don't forget to like contact the people. I saw someone posted, I don't know, it might've been Jen Sheets, because she's always coming up with some brilliant stuff. But she posted that we can actually look up a customer who's ordered a specific nail set. Really good for those times when these are going out of stock. We did some vending events this month, and when we got the list of people, there she is. Hi, Jen. We got the list of the ones that were going to be retired. And so we went at the vending event. I just pulled those all and put them on a separate thing and said, these are going. And when they're gone, they're gone. And, that's kind of what people went to first. So that was kind of cool. As far as what I made last month, I made a lot in enhanced commission, obviously. Aside from just what I made off my nails, that was almost $1,000 in commission. And then with enhanced commission and from my fabulous team, I made about $2,400 for my paycheck. So a little over $3,300 for the month. I would have never thought that this business could provide that for me and my family, because, yeah, thank you, Danielle. It's just been amazing. And I paid for my conference, I paid for my flight, and I paid for my car. And it just makes me feel like I can contribute to our family expenses. That just gives me a really good feeling. So
That's awesome, Dar. Thank you. And that fair you guys had last week, you guys were averaging about $1,200 a day in sales, weren't you?
ridiculous.
You and your team and Sharon's team. Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
great
Sharon.
event you guys had.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So congrats to you. Those are some great sales that clearly
Thanks.
you can see the difference, you guys, of getting that enhanced commission and building the team and hitting different ranks and taking advantage, again, like I said, of the different ways to earn money. So Darlene clearly is taking advantage of it in multiple ways with having her own sales like that, plus having a team. Okay, so after hearing all that, so let's talk about rank advancement. In order to advance rank, you need to sponsor people, right? You have to get out there. So I'm giving you guys a challenge. I know we have the Color 50 or the Fast 50 right now, right? We're all trying to put 50 samples on people before conference, right? And we talk each week about Color 10. You should always be trying to put samples on 10 people. But I want to take it a little step further right now. And I want to challenge you guys to reach out to 10 people specifically about the job. Not just about, showing them the polish and getting them to be a customer or a nail bar. I want you to do it as far as the business. So to do that, the first thing you're going to want to do, again, you can write this down, would be to either get out, if you already have it, your Frank list, or if you don't have a Frank list yet, start it. So again, remember, your Frank is your friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and people you know because of kids. All right? Look back through that list. Who did you write down originally that you never reached out to about the business? Or is it someone that you reached out to, like for me, 2 years ago that I thought would do it, and they said no, but I'm going to reach back out to them now and say, hey, here I am 2 years later. I am absolutely loving this job. I would love to tell you more about it. Something like, I'm finding a compliment, and I'll tell you guys about some verbiage you can use in a sec. But, I'd love to share my Color Street business with you if you want to listen. And, maybe they said no before, but maybe it's not a no forever. I've had multiple people tell me no, and they've changed their mind. So no at one point does not always mean a no forever. So get that Frank list out, and if you don't have one, don't tell me, because you should have one. Just start it and pretend you've had it. And then don't tell myself or your upline that you never had one before. Start that Frank list, because that's where all your nail bars originally should be coming from. All right. Then however you like to communicate with people, whether it's a text, a message, an email, a phone, whatever you are the most comfortable with, that's who I want you to reach out to these 10 people. And I want you to put it in your language. Like I read a lot of people will put out things like, hey girl, that is so not me. If I said, hey girl to anybody, they'd probably laugh in my face. I mean, it's just, I wouldn't say it. So I'm not going to use someone else's verbiage. I might say something like, hey, I was thinking, or how are you? But hey girl, I just can't do it. So use your own language and how you would speak. If you're a hey girl, then you go, hey girl. You know, give them a compliment in there. A sincere compliment, don't just say something. Don't make it up. Give them a compliment and ask them a question. And then you're going to tell them about what you want. And again, I'll give you kind of some samples in a sec. So maybe it's going to be something like, so maybe it'd be like, hey, you know, I've been watching your posts on Facebook. You always are so optimistic and you seem so real. I love reading what you write on. I love reading your posts. I've been thinking a lot about it because people like you are the reason I do my job, and I love my job. I love working with positive people, and you seem to be one of those. I would love to tell you more about my job. Do you have time to talk this week? So again, they'd be totally sincere, and I do feel our job is a very positive environment. So I'm kind of tying us together that way. I will tell you, one of the biggest mistakes I ever did before was I would just start throwing up everything at somebody. And I've learned I need to take a step back and listen. So I offer it out to somebody. I offer that, and I'll tell you about the follow-up, and then I listen to them. So another one could be maybe you're going to text them, or maybe it's going to be, hey, I saw you, I don't know. Hey, I saw your nails look super cute in your picture the other day. Or I see you always are getting your nails done. They always look so good. I'm not sure if you know, I've been doing this Color Street business. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I get my nails done for free now. I would love to talk to you about it. Do you have time this week? And when you end what you're going to say to them, end it in a question, because the question prompts for them to have to respond back to you. And you can give them a time. Do you have time to talk this week? I'd love to share it with you. You know, do you have any availability? Would you like to hear more about it? Would you like to hear how you could earn or get your nails done for free? Any type of question you can ask to finish it up with. So a compliment, tell them what you want, like to talk about the business, and then end it with a question. If they respond back, which some may not, and that's okay, that's normal. If they do, here's another thing I used to do, is I want you to follow up with a phone call. Set up a call. Before, what I would do is I just kind of, if I had my virtual card, I would just send them information. Sure, I'd like to hear about it. Can you send me information? I don't want you guys sending information. I want you to try to get them on the phone as soon as you can before you send them information. It's so important to get with them one-on-one and hear them on the phone, because that's when you can answer any questions. They hear your excitement. If you send them that stuff, you give them that comp plan. I mean, half of you, when I say print this up, you're like, why? That is like a foreign language. I don't even understand it. I mean, be honest, raise your hand if you just don't get the comp plan. I get it. It took me a while to figure it out. Now I know it. But so you send that to somebody and they're going to be like, why am I going to join a business that I don't even know what that says? So instead, if you can get them on the phone and talk to them about it, so, you know, you get them on the phone and this is what you want to say. You want to tell them about, there again is where you're going to tell them about your why. You know, let me tell you a little bit about why I joined Color Street, and then open it up to them. So tell me, what kind of questions do you have about what I do? And give them a second to answer. More than likely, they are going to be asking you everything that you could tell them, and they're going to be making the conversation. And so it's going to be all the things that they want to know. I'm telling you, I used to just start puking out information of that, and they're an information overload, and they're just staring at me. It's like I may as well have just chased them down the road and ran them off, right? I've gotten so much smarter since when I first started. So let them do the questioning. Let them ask you, and you offer them the information that they're ready to hear right then. Then you can say to them, if they're ready to join right then, great. And if not, that's when you can say, listen, I'll send you out some more information. And that's when you can send like Jumpstart, the comp plan, maybe that 20 reasons why I joined Color Street, that kind of stuff, the hostess program, you could send that to them and have them look over it. And, I'll send this to you. And then how about if we touch base tomorrow after you've had a chance to look over it? And then, of course, you want to follow up again. So you've answered their questions. You send them some stuff so they have stuff in writing. And then you follow up one more time. Hey, did you get a chance to read over the stuff I gave you? Tell me what you're thinking. Do you have any more questions for me? Most sales of any kind are based on emotion, right? So when you have them in this mood and you have them all excited because you've been talking to them, and then you follow up with them a week later, guess where their emotion is now? It's gone. By then, they've talked themselves out of all the reasons that they shouldn't do Color Street, because now they're in panic mode. Now they've looked at this comp plan too many times. They don't get it. They figure they can't even do the business out because they don't know what's going on. Talk to them at the beginning, because you can work them through the comp plan as things go in or time goes on. But bottom line is they just have to get started. Getting started is the hardest part, right? Scheduling that first nail bar is your hardest part. So get to them when they're in their emotional part and they're ready to make that decision before they start talking themselves out of it. I told myself when the person called me about Color Street, I was like, I even said to my friends, I was volunteering at the middle school, and I said, I'm meeting this girl for lunch. I used to do direct sales business with her. She's probably I know she's doing something. I've been watching her on Facebook. She's going to try to get me to join. I'm not doing it. My friend Lash goes, yeah, you will. I go, I'm not doing another direct sales company. Yeah, that didn't happen. Because again, I met with her. She showed me those darn nails, and I said, well, I've got to try them for a week. And I did try them for a week, but I knew darn well I was going to do it. But I just kept saying, I got to make sure that they stay on and they don't ruin my nails. That was my test. But again, it was all on emotion. It happened to be at the time. I kind of knew I wanted something else, and I knew this could have been the right answer. And again, it's all about the timing. That's why somebody that you might have asked a year ago who didn't want to do it, you don't know 1 year later what their situation is. Maybe their husband just lost a job. Maybe they want to do some extra things and they don't have the extra money. Maybe they are looking for something new. Maybe their kids are in a different place. So even if it's someone you've reached out to, it can't hurt to reach out again. All right. So, when you finish that, like I said, end it with a question with them, So if I was telling them about me, again, my why, again, about my son's going to college, I'm so excited I can make his first college payment for the year out of my own money. What do you think you could do with an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month? Can you imagine making, what would you do with it? Have you ever considered working from home? Have you ever considered doing what I do? Have you ever considered sharing Color Street? There's so many good ways to end that, to let them tell you about what they could do with it. The biggest thing is let them talk. Let them do the talking. You should be doing about 80% listening and 20% talking when you're talking to them about that. Let them ask you what they're interested in, all right? And then see if you see a difference in that approach than if you were doing what I used to do and just barfing out all the information to them. So again, I know this is lots of stuff today, so we talked kind of about a few different points. So at the beginning of this call, we talked about 3 things I want you to think about for yourself. And then when you're talking to a stylist, a new stylist, you can have her think about the same three things. The knowing your why, how many nail bars are you willing to do a week, and how much money do you want to make? Those are for you and for any new stylist you get. You want to think about those. My challenge to you is getting your Frank list out, or starting it if you haven't, messaging 10 people about the business. After, if they respond back to you, you're setting up phone calls and following up with them. All right, so that is my challenge to you. And look at that, I am 9:01, so we can actually have some questions right here. I'm going to unmute you guys. If it's too loud, then I'll just mute you guys back, and then if you have a question, you can unmute yourself. Give me a sec. Why am I not finding it? There we go. Okay, anybody have any questions, anything they want to share? maybe you've tried something with providing the business to somebody that you found has worked. Anything anybody wants to share? Nothing? Nobody?
I just agree with you.
What's that, Kim? What?
I just agree with you. That's right. Like I used to word vomit all over people too and throw all the stuff at them, and now I just barely say anything.
Right. I mean, the person, I mean, you hear it about any kind of confrontation, any type of sales deal, the first person who speaks loses the deal, right? So, I mean, it's kind of the same deal with us. If we're going to tell someone about the business, let them do the questioning, we're answering. You know, when we're the person spouting all that off, we're giving them way too much. So let them ask you what they want to ask. Especially like if they've done the Catch the Vision call, like we had the Catch the Vision call tonight. If they've listened to that already, they already have some basis of Color Street. And then, you know, you can follow up with them after that. Anybody else? Question, comment, something you do? Questions on the comp plan?
I've been trying to become a better listener and finding out ways that Color Street could actually help them. You know, like
Right.
people don't necessarily want to be salespeople, but when you can relate it to something that they need in their lives, they can see themselves actually doing something that they love for a reason that they can relate to.
Right. And that's why by sharing your why, I was saying they might be able to relate to that and figure out what their why would be. And sometimes when you point out something about them, like at the nail bar, you know, hey, I've noticed whatever, that you are so good. I mean, I love the person who's the life of the party, right? If you thought about doing it, you're so good at building relationships. Sometimes people don't even realize their strengths until you point it out. Anybody else? You guys are a quiet crew. No one wants to share anything? All right. Everyone's going to do the challenge. So you can count the 10 people you text to. You can count them in your Fast 50. We'll count those as, because you're definitely reaching out to somebody if you're reaching out to somebody about the business. And you could do 10 for the business and 10 for nail bars. And then let the other 30 be people you're sampling, which could go anyway. If you're sampling, that could go any, you know, then you never know where that one's going to lead. But you could pick 10 that are specific for nail bars, 10 that are specific for the business. And then you can put things in the comments underneath this recording. I'll put this recording in our group, in the Facebook group, and then you can put any comments you get back from people or any feedback if you want. You never know unless you're going to try. And Wednesday's training is very similar topic about you got to offer it, right? We'd rather have no, and you don't know. You'd rather have a no than nothing at all. Okay? All right, you guys. Everybody have a great, great August. Congratulations for everything that happened in July. I'm super excited about August and where that's going to be, because as you know, we have conference next week, and I know we'll have awesome announcements. So again, I started texting people today, you know, saying, I can give you the verbiage in my text. I might have put this out there somewhere too. I did, like for guests from my recent parties, I put, hey Ryan, it's a girl. I'm just checking in to see if everything was good with your nail strips from Holly's party. And again, I've already checked in, so this is here, I'll mute. This is a second follow-up. Okay, this is a second follow-up because I followed up right after the order. You know, I'm booking, I did a not a girl, I did I'm booking my end of August and September nail bars. These are a great way to earn free nail strips. I can do them in so many ways: Facebook party online, a text party on the phone, or a live nail bar for a great ladies' night out. Let me know if you think you would want to do one of these with your friends. They're so fun, fast, and easy. So one response I got back was, yes, the nail strips I got were perfect. I love them. I even wore a pair of them in my engagement pictures. Thank you for checking in. I would love to have a nail party. I'm so busy right now because I get married in September, but would love to have one after. So again, you don't know till you're going to try, or till you try. So I'll respond back and get something so I won't get it in August and September, which was my goal, but I may potentially even bring up doing something if she wanted the end of August for her bridal party, but I don't want to push the envelope to lose what could potentially be October. So we'll see. But again, you're not going to know unless you put it out there. So try 10 for nail bars, 10 for the business, and let the other ones be putting samples on people. Sound good? Everyone's ready to go? Let's make those August happen, because I just have a feeling we'll be wanting to book our August and September. We're coming upon the busiest time of direct sales, you guys. So fall nails will be coming out, so take advantage of it and book those calendars. And that's what you can say to people too, is, we'll have a new line that'll be coming out end of summer, beginning of fall. So you can be one of the first hostesses to offer the new nails to your friends. So another great way to do verbiage. If you have repeat groups that keep having nail bars, let them be the first hostess. All right, that's all. I'll keep talking otherwise. All right, have a great night, you guys.